Hello, good morning, everyone. I hope I am audible and visible to you clearly. And welcome everyone to the webinar of Artificial Intelligence Simplified. This is Rushali Sarwan here, your Senior Facilitator, Data Science, Digital Regenesis. I welcome you all to the webinar. And I hope all of you are doing well. Yes, so this is your speaker, Vrushali Sarwan here. I have 8+ years of experience in technical training, facilitation. I have done artificial intelligence. I have taken sessions with respect to artificial intelligence, data science at Regenesis. And I have specialized in data science, Python, Power BI, Java. Passionate about turning complex concepts into practical learning and guiding students, professionals, and researchers towards data driven careers. So, this is Rushani Sarwan here. Yes. So, as we have begun with the webinar, let's just talk about what is the agenda of today's session. It's going to be like we're going to understand what is artificial intelligence in 2026. What is it all about? Why artificial intelligence is booming? Identify the core skills required to succeed in this domain, and we'll also talk about that how to learn hands-on projects to strengthen your portfolio. Um, Explain the career paths and real-world applications, which are needed, are required in the by the current society right now, and are going to help uh, us leverage the AI to build society driven projects and help and contribute to the society. Get an actionable roadmap to start immediately. So stay tuned and kindly ask any questions if you have, like on the chat or maybe at the end of the webinar. Yes. Having said that, the agenda is we are going to start with the introduction to what is AI, why artificial intelligence is booming, and what exactly is artificial intelligence. We're going to understand all of this, the real skills you required, the technical versus the domain knowledge, the business, understand how to build real projects, case study approach, launch your career fast, and then have a look at what Regenesis offers to us in order to proceed to have a career in the domain of artificial intelligence and data science. So again, we are going to at the end of the session we'll have the Q&A. You can ask any questions if you have, and that's what we'll end with. We'll close the seminar there. Yes. So why artificial intelligence still matters? right? We are in 2026 right now, and we are learning about why artificial intelligence is booming right now, why is everywhere we see around is artificial intelligence. So you can see that 11 million plus global job openings in artificial intelligence are available according to Gardner. And the average salaries that we have with when we have a look at the US market, it's 120K dollars, and when we have a look at the Indian market, it's 12 to 25 lakhs rupees. And having said that, we can see that the domain of artificial intelligence, data science, have a lot of scope when we talk about with respect to different industries which are adopting this tool, this technology, and working with it. Whether it's healthcare, whether it's retail, IT, finances, logistics, any domain that you talk about will have something that is related to artificial intelligence or data science involved in their processing. And why is that happening? Just think about it. Why is every industry now or then switching to AI, switching to data science? And this is because you can see that the data is increasing every day. And to be precise, we could see that this is happening due to all of us are getting digitalized. Nowadays, we can see that every person have a mobile, have their laptops. All of us are getting digitalized using the tools to leverage to make our life easy. And that's increasing the data, which in turn helps businesses to grow, take data driven decisions, right? So, what actually is data science? Data science, if you can see that the term data science, it's actually talking about the science of data. Now, what is data? To be precise, data is any observation that can be recorded. So, and that's what we said, like we're getting digitalized. So all of our observations, whatever we do, is being recorded somewhere, right? Whether you are searching something on Google or you're looking for different products, all of these details are being recorded, and that's what is data. Whatever you see, like whether it's a poster, whether it's a flex, whether you have mobile laptops, everything that you have around you is data. And that's why we say data is nothing but any observation that can be recorded is called as data. And studying this data is called as the science. So data science is nothing but the study of data. And how do we do that? How do we study the data, right? So this starts from understanding the problem statement that we are intended to solve. The data is related to a problem statement, right? So you have to understand the problem statement first and then move ahead with collecting the data with respect to that particular problem statement. For example, if you are working in e-commerce industry, so you will have data related to e-commerce. Could be the products, could be the customer details, and so on. So you can collect data with respect to that. You can perform data cleaning using different tools that we are going to talk about as we move ahead. We can perform data analysis. We can see how is our current process working and how can we improve that. We can take data driven decisions by performing data analysis. There are different tools which can help us to have interactive visualization. And that too, it will be live in the sense if a new data comes in, the visualization changes accordingly with respect to the new data. So you don't always have to have the human intervention there. Isn't that interesting? And having said that, once you have done the data visualization, you have to move ahead. You have to move ahead and form the prediction. And that's where predictive modeling will come into picture. So the first step, the very first step starts with understanding the problem, getting the data with respect to it, cleaning the data, analyzing it, performing visualization, and see if we can do any predictions onto it so that our future decisions can also be informed, well informed, right? And that's what the power of artificial intelligence is in action is. You can see healthcare where you can predict the patient outcomes. You can predict whether a patient is diabetic or non-diabetic. You can use these passenger in retail as well, personalized. You can come up with solutions that can offer personalized shopping experiences. You can have a finance route optimization, logistic route optimization. And we can see that the current scenario wherein we can use the Google Maps or different maps to navigate from one position to another is actually using artificial intelligence at the back end, wherein it gives you the live data and also the predictions, right? Logistics route optimization is something, but the data is changing how the world runs, and you can be a part of it, right? We know that the data is changing rapidly. Every now and then, there is something new that is coming up. And still, we are able to come up with the solutions which will offer us a solution to a problem just in a couple of seconds. And all of that is being leveraged with the help of AI and artificial intelligence, right? So it does have scope with respect to all the industries or any industry that we talk about because data is everywhere. And let's try to demystify data science, AI, and machine learning. Can you see? AI is a bigger umbrella under which we have machine learning and data science is a part of it. So when we say AI, when we say data science, when we say machine learning, so AI is a broader umbrella and it covers all of these. And what is exactly AI doing? AI is extracting insights from data. So that is what is data science, extraction insights from data. And AI over here is where machines mimicking human intelligence. We can think of it like having some kind of an agent which can help us to think or mimic as humans. And if you know any of such AI tools that we are using currently, which can behave like a human or have some of the human intelligence, you can let me know about these tools that you are aware of onto the chat. And ML, as we talk about, is AI subset that learns from data, wherein we teach the machine to learn from the past experiences of the data, to learn from the past data, and predict something for the future. Yes, I can see there are some responses on the chat that for machines mimicking human intelligence, one of that we commonly use nowadays is ChatGPT. And apart from ChatGPT, yes, there are so many tools that have come after ChatGPT, and they are keeping on developing themselves. And that's why it's required for us to upgrade ourselves when we are in this domain of AI. right? And it's not that AI is coming like it was there yesterday and it boomed today. No, the research for AI was done way back in 1980s, 1970s. And now, since we have so much of data being generated, we are able to use that research and develop all of these solutions that we see around us. So, what is the roadmap to learn AI and machine learning? So, you would see that we have Python, our programming, SQL for data set, database, statistics and probability, data visualization, machine learning basics. And further moving ahead, we are also going to see how to deploy the machine learning models. Now, what is machine learning basics? It's nothing but wherein we learn about how to make predictions. And I would like to highlight one of the examples that we have that we see around ourselves, wherein the predictions are involved, is the fair price prediction, which has been done by the Uber app that we use for navigating from one position to another. Just observe this, that whenever you travel from one position to another, don't you think that even before traveling, you know that what is the fare of the what is the fair price that you're going to pay? I hope you agree with this. Yes. And that's happening. That's happening because of the data scientist team who is working on an algorithm to make such predictions. And we as users are able to use the app, and that is nothing but the deployment of what has been done at the back end, the predictions. Isn't that interesting? Right? So we have seen one example which we use in our daily life. And now it's important for us to know that how do we learn this? How do we learn machine learning? How do we learn AI? How do we learn data science? So we will build real world projects by using data like the sales data. We can perform sales prediction. We can classify. We can predict what could be the sales in the next year. We can have customer segmentation. We can come up with different dashboards. Dashboards are nothing but you can see it's a set of visuals which will help the client understand the data at greater depth. So whenever you will be working in a company as a data analyst, you have to come up with such dashboards. And then on the end, you can see we have something called a sentiment analysis, which is nothing but it talks about what is the sentiment of the people, what are the opinions, what are their emotions about a particular product or a service. And this is done by everyone, and majorly in social media or maybe something like retail analysis and something of that sort. So you can see this sentiment analysis is nothing but working with the sentiments of the people, understanding their opinion, having a look at how satisfied they are, and then take data driven decisions onto it. Right? So, how can you launch your career in AI? Start with learning Python and Python fundamentals. Start with learning how to store data using the tool, using the programming language that is Python. Why Python? Because it is commonly used in industry. Understand the statistics and data visualization, build projects on machine learning, predictive modeling, create your GitHub portfolio, practice in Kaggle competitions. And I would like to highlight here that Kaggle is one of the reputed firms which runs some competitions that aims to solving problems with respect to different domains, and they launch competitions onto them, which is nothing but handling the real industrial data and then coming up with different projects, which will act as a plus point for us to display that to the to the um, industry, to the client, and grab a well position in this career, right? So what is the course structure? You will see we start with introductory artificial intelligence program, wherein we will see that uh, what is Python programming, what is applied Python. We'll move ahead with intermediary artificial intelligence program, wherein we see that what is data exploration, what are the business tools. And further moving ahead, we talk about advanced artificial intelligence, wherein we deploy the projects. We also have different programs that are involved here, like web development when we deploy it, big data, natural language processing. All of that is going to be covered over here in advanced intelligence program. And natural language processing is something that deals with textual data, as we talked about the sentiment analysis. So, what are sentiments? Uh, how we as customers share our sentiments with the retailer or with the e-commerce. We write comments, we write reviews, and all of these textual data has been analyzed using natural language processing, which is also going to be covered in this program. So we're going to see what are the different programs that we have. Like we start with Python basics, we talk about how to perform different nitty gritties of storing data, understanding Python from scratch, and then moving ahead with developing advanced models using Python, NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, which will help us in um, analyzing the data and also modifying it, if required, cleaning it, and perform data visualization using Seaborn. Further moving ahead, we are going to have a look at data exploration and insights, which will help us in handling the data at greater depths, understanding the data at greater depth, getting to know the data to the fullest, perform data visualization using business intelligence tools like Power BI, connecting to the data, performing data pre-processing and transformation. And the advanced modules would have machine learning, predictive analytics involved there. Wherein you'll see that how can we perform regression, classification, clustering. These are the terms which the different problem statements that we solve under machine learning. We can perform clustering, we can have classification, regression, we can do evaluation performance of the model, like how well the prediction is working. We can do that analysis. We can evaluate. We can perform model tuning techniques, wherein the model gets tuned to have more better or enhance the performance of the model. And for that, we'll use the tool that is sklearn, scikit-learn. This is again one of the libraries in Python. So all of these implementations that we're talking about are going to be covered with using Python, right? And one such application of that, like when we say we're going to deploy it, we can see that it has been done with the help of Streamlit. So can you see on to the right, we have this image which says Nilla's AI car prediction app, right? So wherein you can enter the kilometer, you can enter the car age, you can enter the original price of the car, the fuel type, the transmission, and then at the end you can predict the price. Isn't that interesting? So it's an app that you're going to develop with the help of the tool called as Streamlit, wherein you'll see that how do we understand the client server architecture, comparison of statistic and dynamic websites, fundamentals of front end and back end development, data processing, and model integration and deployment. And further moving ahead, you're also going to learn the self-paced modules, which is spreadsheet essentials with Excel, data management using MySQL, Tableau, MongoDB. And after deployment, you're also going to learn NLP, natural language processing. Big data, which will help you to understand like what will happen when your data gets larger. How do you handle? How do you deal with it? What are the different tools involved there? Right? So you'll be getting an exposure to how to work with textual data, what are the nitty-gritties there, and also understand computer vision, which is nothing but works with advanced data like video, images, and so on. We can perform image classification. We can do analysis of the traffic signals and so on. Yes. So all of these are self paced recordings that you're going to get availed with, and you'll be able to learn this at your end. Yes. But what is the USPs of? I hope you have understood the flow of AI modules that we are going to offer, and I would like you to highlight. I would like to highlight the USPs of Digital Regenesis Artificial Intelligence course. So over here, we would see that we would have classroom teaching, which will be online, wherein the theoretical explanation, hands-on coding, and doubt clearing will be addressed. And the sessions are quite interactive. You can ask your doubts anytime that you want to. The communication is really transparent. It is industry-oriented content. We have different tools and frameworks that have been covered. The study material um, is up to the top, and you can see we use open source software, so you don't have to pay for the softwares that we are going to learn. Then we always have some knowledge checks, which keeps helping us improving ourselves and get to know that how are we at our end learning. So you do have something called as knowledge check, wherein you can check yourselves of how well have you understood the concept. With 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 the help of MCQs, assignments, and projects. So the academic team is we have Dr. Rajashri as academic head, and these are the different facilitators which will be there for us to guide throughout the AI module. And all the facilitators you would see have more than 5 to 6 years of experience. So this is our academic team, which will help you in every step that is required for you to have the launch your career fast. Get all your doubts cleared and help with any assistance you required in it. About us, you would see that we are a cutting edge digital learning platform introduced by Regenesis Business School. So we call it as Digital Regenesis. We offer upskilling digital courses in futuristic domains relevant to multiple industries. We have 500,000 plus alumni, and the number of reputable international corporate clients are 10,000. Number of academic slash faculty facilitators that we have is 200, and operations in 12 countries. So you can see there are so many other courses available as well, which will help you in upskilling your digital career. Having said that, in order to get some more details about digital regenesis, you can visit to this website of digitalregenesis.com. Get to know the details about the courses, like what are the different courses which are available. You can ask any questions if you have, and explore digital regenesis website. Yes. So any questions that you have? Any doubts? Any questions with respect to the course? So the forum is open for the Q&A. Yes. So there's one question in the chat that I can see that do we need any prior programming knowledge to enroll? No, you don't require any prior programming language because we'll be starting from scratch. As we said that we'll be starting with Python as our first programming language. And so you don't require any programming language to knowledge, prior programming knowledge. You will be able to easily grasp Python. As you can see that there are various features of Python which will help us to learn the programming language in a short span of time. Sarai says you can repeat it in exactly data like visualization. Yes, see, data visualization can be done using different tools. Like you can use Python itself. And Python is a complete programming language which can help you to do everything that we discussed about, like machine learning. You can do data visualization, you can do data cleaning. Everything can be done with Python. But then Python is not only like Python can do this, but there are different tools which will help us to do it at a faster pace. And it are like the industry, depending on the industry wherein you work and how much investment the company has made, the tool is being decided. So hence we offer all the tools which are available. Yeah. So even if you have no computer skills, you can enroll for the course and you can pursue a career in AI. So there's a question that in order to pursue a career in AI, is there a degree required? Which degree is most suitable in university? So if you are currently a fresher and you are, let's say, onto the edge of starting your career and you are enrolling in the university, you can directly look for courses that offer um, courses related to data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. Yes. And let's say if you are talking about the university level, so any domain, as I said, like it can also be applied to um, healthcare, to biosciences, and so on. So any domain you are into, AI can be applied there. So there is no such a particular answer to this that a degree is required. Any domain is switching to AI now. Yes. So I can see there is a question by a CIO with 24 years of experience in networking and infrastructure. So, yes, there are tools that you can learn over here which can help you cater. Yes, you can. There are tools that will help you to cater faster in your working process. Like for example, there are in this module or in this journey of AI that we take you through, we are also going to help you explore different artificial intelligence tools like ChatGPT and computer vision and other tools that will help you in understanding or in upgrading your skills to not do the work manually, but then use the tools to automate your task. Hmm. Do we get a certificate on completion and is it globally recognized? Yes. So you can see that um, we are accredited and endorsed by IIT PSA, which is highly dedicated to global IT standards and offering high quality education and empowering professional growth in South Africa. So it is globally recognized, and yes, it will help you to upskill your career. Yes, so this is our academic team. which is going to help you in your career journey. So, and as we said, this course is going to be online. How can we use this knowledge once completed to work for myself instead of a company? Very good question, Adnan. So, if you are trying to do it for yourself instead of doing it for any company, or wherein there is no goal of yours to actually work in a company and get a salary or have some financial support, right? So in that case, you can definitely use and leverage this um, these tools that comes in AI to, yes, to understand about the technical advancements which are happening in the in the industry. You can get to know practical examples. Yes, you can also help this to work on yourself as a personal development, right? For example, like how can you use a tool to to have a self reflection on yourself? Like how can you make yourself better as a person? You can use it for any other tools, for any other task like writing content. You can use it for hmm, yes, you can provide value. You can create your own businesses as well. Like, for example, you can use this tool, get some new ideas from it to understand that how can you develop your own business, come up with a new idea, like come up with the steps which are required to move ahead with it, and so on. Yes. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? No? Thank you, everyone, for joining. And I hope you got some insights about AI. And see you. Thank you. Take care.